Okay, now we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium. That took some doing, and fortunately for everyone out there, or not fortunately, I guess I should say, this game remained tied 1-1, and we are getting ready to head into the first of two 10-minute overtime periods, and we have about 2 minutes and 20 seconds until the first one begins. While I was doing all that, Brett Bourne was over there doing some play-by-play. How'd you like that?
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
No.
Not fun, is it?
No, no. I don't know their numbers. I don't know their names. I just call them Belleville West guy.
Yeah, Belleville West guy wearing maroon number 5 on his back.
Yep.
I gave you a roster, though, didn't I?
It's gone.
Well,
I think you took it away.
I probably did. Who knows? Here, you can have it back.
Thanks.
Here, you can have your stats back, too.
Great.
All right, my name's Todd Duke. Brett Bourne is on the other microphone. We're apologize for everything. Our first try on Huddle TV, well, it worked for about the first half of the game, and then after that, things kind of went downhill. So we decided to make the switch, not knowing that this game was going to go to overtime, but we remain tied 1-1. I guess I better change the scoreboard, huh, to reflect that.
The fans inside my house said that the first half was watchable. Second half was not.
Yep.
As we know.
Yeah, I know that, and that's why I tried real hard to correct the situation, but I really have no idea what happened. So now I'm on the hot spot, and hopefully the hot spot will work as we have the regular camera. So, oh yeah, the hot spot's very well charged up. We'll continue to do that, and the stream looks pretty good. The camera looks pretty good. Brett Bourne is going to be pressured into being the cameraman here. But at any rate, both goals were scored in the first half. About the first 7 minutes, Collinsville went on top first on a goal by Juan Carlos Doria from about 30 yards out. And then Belleville West and their leading goal scorer, Mr. Sam Gebhardt, tied things up about 5 minutes after about 2 minutes after Collinsville took the lead, and that's where we stand. No scoring in the second half, no scoring for the rest of the first half. So now we head to overtime.
Second half got a little chippy as the half progressed. Emotions up here in the stands got a little loud and boisterous, but
yellow cards were handed out to both teams.
Red card to Coach Hayes.
Red card to Coach Hayes, so he is no longer in the stadium.
Yep. Lots went on in that half. I don't feel like Collinsville got a whole lot going on offensively like they did in the first half. There was a formation change. Coming into the second half, looks to me like a little bit of a formation change now. I feel like we were in a five-back set that were kind of flat, and now it looks like we're going more with your traditional sweeper roll.
All right, so I got your camera fixed so it won't go up and down. It'll just go side to side, so all you got to do is follow the ball.
You got it.
Follow the ball. All right, so Jacob Mathenia is in goal to your left for Belleville West. Braden Hinson in goal to your right for Collinsville. We're underway here in overtime period number 1. We will have 2 overtime periods, both of them 10 minutes long, and I forgot to start my clock. I got to get back with the program here. And countdown, and yes. All right, so we're underway here in overtime period number 1. 2 overtime periods, both of them 10 minutes long, no golden goal. So it doesn't matter if somebody scores a goal here in the first couple of minutes. You keep on playing, and you keep on playing the second overtime as well. If it remains tied, then we will go to penalty kicks, and then Brett Bourne won't have to work so hard on the camera.
There you go.
We just point it and let it stay there. So Collinsville trying to get back on the winning track here after back-to-back losses. And one of those losses earlier in the year was to Belleville West, and here come the Maroons. Here is Missy, and Missy will shoot, and he will score. So that's how overtime period number 1 gets underway.
Collinsville just doesn't have anything to match the speed that Belleville West offers up top. The back line does not offer that type of speed. We've been getting beat over the top and throughout the match. And unfortunately, that one resulted in a goal for Missy.
Yeah. Well, the good news is we have another 18 minutes and 47 seconds to try and get that equalizer.
That's That's not good.
Yeah, that's just the way things go sometimes, man. So Collinsville will have to work to get that goal back, and there's a trip at midfield by Carranza, and that is going to give Belleville West a free kick.
That's a frustration foul.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I know what frustration feels like up here in this box right now.
I witnessed it.
Yeah. Modern day technology is wonderful, but when it doesn't work the way you want it to, it is very, very frustrating. Head ball out by T.J. Carter. Collinsville still trying to work that ball out of there. Can't do it. Shot that's rejected off the backside, I believe, of Carranza. And they'll send the ball over here now to Gebhardt, who will send the ball through the football uprights, and we'll start all over again. I know I've got tons of messages.
I knew you would. Todd, your stuff sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you going to do to fix this?
Well,
I paid good money for this.
I tried. And Braden Hinson will send it back to work. So we'll get a hold of the people at Huddle tomorrow and see if that was anything that they can fix. And maybe one day down the road we'll try the Huddle TV thing again. Worked for the first half. I don't know what happened during the second half, but my connectivity just went way downhill, and that started all kinds of problems that just could not be rectified. At any rate, we have made the transfer over to YouTube for the rest of this contest as Mathenia sends the ball back up the far side sideline. Belleville West punches it into the front of the 18-yard box, come bouncing out toward the edge of it, and then a shot partially blocked by Carter, and then crossing pass that was intercepted by Collinsville. And now back over here on this near side, Trey Goodrich is trying to find his way back into the box. He's being hounded over there by Giovanni Mann, and now it goes across the line, and it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Braden Hinson and the Kahawks. 6.5 minutes to go here in overtime period number 1, and Belleville West has already scored in that overtime period. They lead 2-1, but Collinsville still has 16-plus minutes to try and find an equalizer. Out to midfield. Down onto the foot of Hernandez Mendoza. And then over to Doria. Doria trying to spring Munoz. Here comes Chris Munoz. He shoots, and it's in!
Yes!
Collinsville ties this thing up on a shot by Munoz. And we are now knotted up once again. 2-2.
Chris Munoz gains possession at the top of the 18-yard box, is able to gain space, puts the ball in front of him into space, and hits that trademark left foot back post. What a great finish by Chris.
All right. Well, we got a game once again. It's tied.
Collinsville's gotta fix their formation, their shape. I just feel like we're playing in a defensive shell and have been since the second half.
Munoz with his 8th goal of the year. And Collinsville not going away quietly here. Here are the Kahawks sending the ball back up to midfield. Got a player hurt down there for Belleville West. Referee just now saw it and stops the clock. So the clock will stop with 5:50 left to play here in this first overtime. And we have a timeout on the field, a injury timeout. So we'll go ahead and take a timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Aiden Donnelly was the injured Maroon, and he has walked off under his own power, or continues there. He's almost to his bench. 5:50 left to play here in this first overtime. And each team has scored a goal in overtime. So we are tied at 2, and we are back underway here at Kahawk Stadium. And Belleville West back on the attack. Rockwell, I wanted to say Norman Rockwell, almost had a scoring opportunity here, but someone for Collinsville did a nice job of picking that ball off. Here is T.J. Carter off of his head to Perez. Perez, he sends the ball up into the middle. Belleville West with another opportunity here, and just trying to sidestep, and Carranza gets in there and gets that big body moving, and then he banks it right off of the legs of Perez, and then Carranza goes back for it, trying to spring Hernandez Mendoza over here, but that ball ends up going out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for the Kahawks, and that'll be taken by Giovanni Mann. 5 minutes left to play here in overtime number 1. Munoz, who just scored the tying goal after Missy gave Belleville West the lead, and that ball is going to bounce all the way out to Mathenia, but he was well outside the 18-yard box, so couldn't touch it with the hands. Kicks it out, and Collinsville still on the attack. Here is Juan Carlos Doria. Doria gets past one defender, and nobody over there wearing purple and white to help him out.
Nope, because they're all in the back.
Yep, and then a nice job by Mann to wrestle that ball away, but another Belleville West Maroon comes into the process, and that ball ends up all the way here in the stands just below us. Out front, Mann stops it again, kicks it into the front of the 18-yard box, but no one home to help him out, so Belleville West will send it back out, and that's off of Missy, and then Missy draws a whistle, and he'll get tagged with a foul. Collinsville will have a free kick, but it'll be from about 45 yards away. So, man, you've gone through the ringer here tonight there, Mr. Borm. You've done some play-by-play. Now you're the cameraman.
Yep.
Thanks you for your help. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Had to pivot. Pivot!
That's one of the best episodes.
It is. Pivot! Chandler was like, please say pivot one more time. Into the front of the box it goes, and another whistle. Not sure what happened there.
He's giving out fouls like candy right now.
Yeah, he gave out red or yellow cards earlier like candy as well. He was carding everybody. If he would have heard you up here talking mad about him, he would have carded you too.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. He didn't say anything wrong,
Might
folks.
have had a card or two throughout my
Oh, I'm sure you did.
playing and parenting career.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You got a red card as a parent or a yellow card as a parent?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's impressive. I got to say, that's impressive.
It's not good.
Yeah, no, it's not good, but I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Got some newfound respect for you, man.
You get emotional, you know?
Peternetic sends it back
Emotionally invested.
over to Corell, and that ball comes down the sideline, and T.J. Carr will let it go out of bounds. We are approaching 3 minutes to go. Well, why is my clock all messed up? Did I miss something up there? All right, we're going to stop that clock and let the real clock catch up here. 3 minutes to go. That ball's out of bounds. It'll stay with Collinsville. And a throw-in coming from Suarez up the line off of Mendoza. And he was already standing out of bounds when that ball almost kind of hit him in the head there. Now Collinsville trying to get back at it. Here is Chris Munoz. Munoz, who just scored the tying goal, couldn't get anything going forward. And intercepting is Belleville West. And the Maroons will bring the ball back up that far sideline. Boy, they got some speed on the outside, don't they? Nice stop by Collinsville, and then Mann will send the ball back out to midfield, trying to find Munoz, but stepping in front of him was Landon Kinder, and Kinder got the ball out.
When Missy gets the ball and gains possession, he is extremely quick with possession.
Yeah.
Able to just beat our players on the dribble.
There's a ball that's, I thought for a second it was off the hand, but apparently not. And then Mann will just send the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in here for Belleville West, and taking care of that is Nick Bunetic. Up the line it goes, and then just on the corner of the box, Mann steps right in front of his guy, and he'll send the ball back up. Here's an opportunity for Collinsville. Hernandez Mendoza sends the ball up, but sent it a little bit too far for Munoz to catch up to it, so Belleville West will just kick the ball out of bounds right into their bench. And with about 95 seconds left to go here in this first overtime period, Collinsville will get a throw-in between the benches. Well, now they'll move him over there to where it was out, right at the end of the bench in front of Coach Mathenia. And up the line it goes. Still up the line it goes. Out to Dallas Minor. Minor will send it back to his defense, and the defense will begin to try to track that ball forward as we approach 1 minute left to play here in this first overtime period. And that sounded like it hurt.
Sure did.
Man.
You heard me moan.
Yeah. off of the chest there of Juan Carlos Doria, who had the first goal of this game.
Come on, Mikey.
And let's bring it up to Mikey Suarez, and Suarez was trying to spring Hernandez Mendoza, but never did get enough juice on the ball. Comes back out to TJ Carter, and that'll be off of him. And out of bounds as we approach 40 seconds left to play here in this first overtime period.
Just stay on him, McIntyre.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, well, we already had a whistle, and then Huntebreaker just kind of ran into the backside of Gebhardt there.
I'm not sure what the first whistle was for. I could agree with the foul on Huntebreaker.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what the first one was for.
Neither am I, but at any rate, Belleville West is going to get a free kick here from the 30-yard line, and they better hurry up because they're about to run out of time. There's 10 seconds left.
Yep.
Missy will take this kick. He's got the clock right in front of him.
He has no idea.
I don't think he does. He takes the shot, and it goes high and over the net, and that's going to do it for overtime period number 1. So we will head to yet another overtime, and we have a wrong one. We have a little bit of a break coming up for you, so we'll take a commercial break, and we'll have second overtime action that'll come your way here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahok sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
Yeah, once again, we welcome you back here to Kahawk Stadium. Todd Duke, Brett Bourne with you. Overtime number 2. Getting ready to start here between Collinsville and Belleville West. 1-1 in regulation. Each team scored a goal in the first overtime period. So here we are tied again 2-2 in the second overtime period. Belleville West will have possession of the ball to start off this second overtime. There's the whistle, and we are underway in overtime period number 2. Of course, if nobody can break this deadlock, we will go to penalty kicks. That's always fun. Last time we did a penalty kick game from Edwardsville, we had 18 guys take penalty kicks. Yeah. There's a little chip shot. I stopped keeping track of shots on goal and stuff like that because I probably lost a bunch of shots on goal during that whole switchover.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what the truth would be. When I left you, it was tied 6-6. I'm sure it's not anymore, but we'll check out the stats tomorrow and figure it out from there. Here comes Collinsville as they chase the goal to your right now. Here is Munoz. Munoz gets tripped in the box.
He's not calling that OT. He's not going to call that an OT.
Man, oh man. I mean, if it's a flagrant foul in the box, you got to call it, man. It's just the truth. I think I'm pretty still caught up on corner kicks, so this is Collinsville's just their second corner kick of this game. It's low, and it never did make it anywhere close.
Have it.
And a shot that rolls over, and here is T.J. Carter, and he scores! T.J. Carter with his second goal of the year, and Collinsville goes up 3-2. One minute and 10 seconds into overtime number 2. And Collinsville takes a 3-2 lead. How about that?
How about that? Collinsville does a really good job of keeping that ball alive after I thought the play was dead with the corner kick. Collinsville keeps it alive. Ball pops out to somebody who pops it right inside the box. Carter gains possession, turns, fires, goal.
T.J. Carter with his second goal of the year, and it couldn't be a bigger one. That ball popped up, going to head out of bounds. And a throw-in coming up here for Belleville West. Down the line it goes as they now have to look for an equalizer. Second time tonight that Belleville West has trailed. Collinsville trying to hand these Maroons their first conference loss on the year. There's a loose ball, and, oh boy, we have a wrestling match over there going for that one. Referee lets him play right through it. And here is Henson, who will track out and pick up that ball before anyone can get there to provide any further damage.
Chris Munoz and that Belleville West midfielder go shoulder to shoulder over there, but Munoz took the brunt of the contact.
Yeah.
Going down.
I believe that was Trey Goodrich over there. He and Munoz battling it out. Henson sends us back to work. Down into the Collinsville offensive zone, but Belleville West gets there first. They'll send it back, and Collinsville then sends a high fly ball down into the offensive zone. Here is Correll using his head. And then another defender steps up, and Suarez couldn't find the ball to get it going in the right direction. Belleville West has it back in their offensive zone, and then I believe that Vince Palmisano got tugged on over there a little bit. Now he's going
to get the call against him.
Yeah, he's going to get the call against him because he kind of grabbed onto Gebhardt there. And now a ball up front, headed out nicely by Jake McIntyre. And then, oh, boy.
That's good.
Bodies flying all over the place around here as Chris Munoz ends up on the bottom. And the Belleville West guy ends up being on top of him. If both of them kind of went flying, now we're going to stop the clock. And let's hope Munoz is okay. He got landed on.
Yeah, he got crushed there. They were both going for that loose ball. And the Belleville West midfielder forward climbed his back and resulted in Chris going down.
Yeah.
Got the call. Now we move on. Collinsville's got to show me that they can grind this out the last 7 minutes. Show me what you're made of.
We're back underway. Henson sends the ball downfield. Trying to chase it down is Hernandez Mendoza. But another whistle in a foul-filled game here. And Mathenia will come out of goal and send that one packing down into the offensive zone. Collinsville makes initial contact with it first. Now T.J. Carter uses his head. And Belleville West sends it back down. Collinsville kind of stacking the box on the defensive side of things with 4 guys playing back, trying to prevent anything from happening here. Here is Missy. Missy will turn around, pop it right into the middle, and there's a nice move by Carranza. Carranza sending the ball up, trying to spring Hernandez Mendoza, and now,
handball.
Yep, handball. Collinsville is going to get a free kick out of this. We're going to send a pass up quickly. Here is Hernandez Mendoza with a shot that's partially blocked, and then the trickle ball will roll right to Mathenia on a nice job there by Clayton Correll to get in the way just in time. As we are approaching 6 minutes left to go here. Still a lot of time left if you ask me.
Oh, yeah, especially with the back and forth action we have going right now.
Yeah. Collinsville pops that ball up to midfield. It's going to take a spin over here to the sideline and end up going out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for Kinder. And Kinder will throw it down the line, trying to get Rockwell. And they do eventually find Will Rockwell, and he's still with it, looking for some help. And
Great
nice job by Hernandez Mendoza. Or excuse me, that's Chris Munoz, who never gave up on that ball, and now he'll send it up the sideline trying to spring Hernandez Mendoza, but just a little bit too much gas on that pass. So Mathenia will get there first. T.J. Carter steps up from his defensive position. Now Carranza with it. Carranza will just tip the ball over here to this near sideline, and Hunter Brinker with it. He'll send it out now for Juan Carlos Doria, who gets double teamed. And then he gets kind of tripped up, and a call on the play. Collinsville will get another free kick.
Felt like he just got stripped. I'm not sure.
We're
I saw
going to stop the clock.
Not much of a foul there, but he's getting a card.
Yeah, that's why he stopped the clock.
Okay.
5:06 left to play here in this second overtime. Collinsville leading 3-2.
Collinsville can hang on. This would be a great win. Handing Belleville West their first loss, conference loss of the season.
Trying to.
Collinsville's got to dig deep. Defensively, they got to dig deep.
That they do.
You know they're tired. You know their bodies are worn. 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes indeed. There's a header that's going to bounce right in. And Mathenia snags it and sends it right back out. And a nice tackle there by Juan Carlos Doria. Stops that progression. And now that ball is going to go out of bounds. Referee says it belongs to Collinsville.
We're subbing. Clock stops.
Oh, I always forget that. Underneath 5 minutes, the clock stops. And now we're going to have another stoppage in play. We're going to get a yellow card handed out. Who's going to get this one? It's going to be the goalkeeper.
Mathenia running his mouth would be my guess.
Yeah, so Mathenia is going to have to go out. Mathenia is going to have to go out. Reese Barganier is their backup goalkeeper.
Dad is not going to be happy about that.
So Barganier will come in, and Barganier on the year has played 120 minutes. He's given up 3 goals, and he's made 5 saves, so 3 goals on 8 shots. Now is when Collinsville needs to take advantage.
100%. 100%.
Kahawks will have possession of the ball. Start the clock, and we are back underway. Here is a throw in by Hunter Brinker. Collinsville has it sent right back down to Hunter Brinker, and he tries to get that body in there. A loose ball still over here on this sideline. Popped up right over here by our location. And off of the head of Dominic Mann and through the midfield logo over onto the far side. And Rockwell trying to track it down, but that ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to belong to Collinsville, so the Kahawks will get another throw in with 4:20 left to play here in this second overtime period. Collinsville up 3-2 after a goal scored in the second overtime. 1 minute and 10 seconds into the second overtime by T.J. Carter to break the 2-2 tie.
It would appear to me Coach Mathenia is trying to send a message to his son because he's not back up on the line to send back in.
Nope. I could see if it was a foul involving the game of soccer, but it didn't. I think it was his mouth that got him in trouble.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. And here is Collinsville back at midfield. Carranza trying to step up there, couldn't get there in time. And now it comes over here for Missy. Missy sends the ball up, and just inside the 18-yard box, Henson kind of figured out where he was there for a second and stepped back over the yellow line so he could use his hands to get that ball.
He was sure that ball was going to make it to him in time, and I was not.
Yeah. Well, nice kick out there by Henson. Comes down as we approach 3 minutes left to play here in this second overtime. I'm a little ahead on the clock, so I stopped my clock here for a second. Carranza will send the ball back down into Collinsville's offensive zone, but it's going to roll out of bounds. And Belleville West has a quick throw in. All right, now we're back on time. And Missy will throw a deep ball down there into the 18-yard box, trying to spring Rockwell. Rockwell just outside the box, head up looking for a place to pass it to, but Carranza gets there first. Mendoza tried to get there to get ahead on it. He couldn't, but Munoz will send that ball sky high, bouncing over on the far side. That'll end up going out of bounds. And it'll be a throw in coming up here for Belleville West. And they throw it right up in front of their bench, send it back to the defense as we approach 2.5 minutes left to play here in this second overtime. Here is Kinder. Kinder sends the ball down for Belleville West. And Collinsville trying to do a little blocking there and allow Henson to pick this ball up, but he doesn't pick it up, and now he's going to. Had Missy closing in on him.
He got a cramp.
And now we have a Collinsville player down with a cramp. So another little stoppage in play here. It's a nice, cool night outside.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And now they're calling over for the trainer to come out, so Amanda Bauer will come out. And I'm wondering if it's more than just a cramp. Well, they're working on it like it is. Got that leg stretched up and trying to move that foot back and forth to kind of work that cramp out. Must be a big-time cramp going on there with Dominic Mann, as he, for a minute there, didn't want to put any pressure at all on that leg. Now he seems to be walking him off on his own power okay. And we will have a restart coming up here. I believe that the referee's going to hand the ball to Hinson. Let him get things back started again. We are back underway. And Hinson will indeed send this ball back out. Hinson sends it down. Juan Carlos Doria scored the first goal of the game. About 5 minutes in, 2 minutes later, Belleville West ties it up. Stayed that way through the first half.
That's fine, JC. Good job.
And it stayed that way through the second half as well. We went into overtime where Braden Missy scored. And then Munoz scored to tie it in the second overtime. And then TJ Carter scores the goal that has given Collinsville that 3-2 lead right now. And we have 90 seconds to make that lead stand up. Out to midfield it goes. Off of a couple of bodies. Comes bouncing down. Here is Rockwell. Rockwell trying to get around a sliding tackle. Nicely done there by Giovanni Mann. Mann gets back up. Tries to track that ball down. Back out to Belleville West. And the Maroons and the Kinder will send it back down to the offensive zone. But there's TJ Carter who has the go-ahead goal. Carranza will send it down. That'll waste some valuable time. Trying to chase it down, Juan Carlos Doria. But the backup goalkeeper, Barganer, he got there first, and he'll send it back up. 1 minute to go here in this second overtime period. It comes out for Belleville West at midfield. They'll send it over here to this near sideline for Kinder. Kinder races up, and Munoz is going to get called for a foul, and he's going to get another yellow card, and he's probably going to have to go. Yep.
That's his second.
Yep. His second yellow card of this game, which
that-
means that's a red card.
And he's done for the next game.
Yep.
That's not good.
Nope. Got 46 seconds. Collinsville is going to play their next game over in St. Louis. They have a tournament that they're in next week, the Junior Billiken Classic at St. Louis University High School, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So he will not be able to play in that game on Tuesday versus Melville. Free kick coming up from about 35 yards out here for Belleville West. Not a good time to try a slide tackle when the guy's running up the field.
No, and you had numbers back, it appeared to me anyway. Probably not a great spot to take that foul. And I agree with the official on that one.
A little pushing and shoving going on up there in the front of the 18-yard box. Referee's not going to stand for it. He's going to make them all calm down before he blows that whistle.
Jockeying for position.
Yeah. There's the whistle. We're back underway, and a kick that's going to go wide. Collinsville gets a head on it and gets it out of there. A shot that's going to go high, and that is going to go over the back of the net. And the clock continues to run with 30 seconds left to play here in this second overtime period, and Braden Hinson's going to take his time with this goal kick restart. Hinson sends the ball back out to midfield. Off of Kinder's head, off of Missy's head. He's got a chance for Rockwell.
Oh, man.
And then Rockwell
He's got it, but it's going to be outside the box.
It's going to be outside the box, and we're going to have to stop the clock with 7 seconds left.
That was dumb.
It's going to be right outside the box, right down the middle, too. The game that wouldn't end. So it'll be a free kick.
Yellow card issued Collinsville.
Another yellow card issued. Cards have been flying all over the place here. Looks like Jake McIntyre got that one because he's heading to the bench. 2 red cards for Collinsville, 1 against Munoz, 1 against Coach Hayes. All kinds of yellow cards. And Braden Missy, no one else but Braden Missy is going to take this shot. He's about 25 yards out. And the referee is backing the wall up to just about 2 yards past the front of the 18-yard box. There's the whistle. And that ball is going to go high. And that is going to do it. The time will run out. Collinsville will hold on to win this one by a final score of 3-2. And the Kahawks hand Belleville West their first conference loss on the year. How about those Kahawks, Brett Bourne?
You know what? Collinsville came out in this at the start of overtime. They came out, had much more energy, higher tempo in play, working the ball side to side a little bit more than when you saw in that defensive shell of the second half. I'm sure that was strategy by Coach Lugie, but I feel like it was a different match from the first half to the second half.
Yeah, it sure was. And you know what? It was nice to see Collinsville, number 1, get on the board first.
For sure.
And then number 2, get that overtime goal that tied it back up. And then number 3, the goal by T.J. Carter to get us where we are right now, 3-2.
Huge, yes, absolutely.
All right.
And it's a different goal score.
Yeah, I hear you.
About, right?
Thanks for your help, man.
You're
I know
welcome.
you had to wear many hats tonight. I appreciate it.
It's all good, buddy.
All right,
All good.
That is Brett Bourne. Time now for the post-game show brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great service served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street. Call them for carryout orders at 618-855-9007. Post-game show heads your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
We welcome you back into the LC's Pub postgame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one here tonight in a thriller. 3-2 was the final score as the Kahawks hand Belleville West their first Southwestern Conference loss on the year. And joining us on the other microphone is assistant head coach and the head coach of the JV team, Mr. Jeff Hayes. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for having me up today.
Sure.
I'm glad I remembered.
Glad you remember, too. Well, you know, you got kicked out of the game earlier, so you really didn't have much else to do, did you?
I was asked pleasantly if I could leave the field for just a little bit of time.
All right, let's begin with the JV game. Vince Palmisano scores a goal 3 minutes in. That stood up until the 55th minute when Alejandro Ramirez gave you guys a little bit of a cushion, and your JV team won by a final score of 2-0. So talk about your guys.
We're kind of turning things around. We got off to a little bit of a slow start in these past few games. I think the last 4 games we've had 4 shutouts. We're finally starting to click and really figure out how to pressure higher up the field that we would create more chances. So when it comes to coaching and stuff like that, that's what is exciting to me is when you talk about what your team needs to do in any particular year, and the guys figure it out, and it's really working for them.
And this Palmisano kid, he's something else, man. He's a sophomore, and I believe he had a lot of goals last year for your JV team, didn't he?
Yes, he's an exciting player for me to watch at the JV level, and he's kind of pulling double duty because he's doing great at JV, and now he's getting more minutes at varsity. So, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have him much longer for JV, but that's good for him, and that's good for our program. I like seeing that.
Yeah. All right, let's move over to the varsity game. Nice to see you guys get on the board first and take an early lead.
Yes. We have seemed to struggle with getting off to a slow start, and then when you put yourself in a hole like that, it's an uphill climb. So to get the early lead and have some good pressure early in the game, it kind of carried through the first half, and I think we created plenty of chances in the first half, which is something that we haven't had to do or been able to do lately.
Well, didn't last very long because, the Sam Gebhardt kid for Belleville West is pretty good.
Yeah.
And he scored the equalizer just a couple minutes later.
Yep. Gebhardt and Missy are probably the 2 most dynamic players in Southern Illinois for sure, playing up top together. And, Missy's going to run down the wing, and he's going to take people one-on-one, and he's dangerous. And that's where a lot of their offense comes from out of him. But Gebhardt does a fantastic job of finishing goals too.
Yeah, it stayed 1-1 all the way through the rest of that first half and all the way through the second half. And then speaking of Missy, he scores with 8 minutes and 47 seconds left in that first overtime and took the lead for his team. And I was talking to Brett Borman at the time. I said, you know what the good news is? We've got over 18 minutes to try to equalize this.
Yeah. You certainly, if you're going to give up a goal, you want to do it a little earlier. But what I really appreciate out of the guys was the effort to fight back, not only get the equalizer, but then to go up one. Because when you're playing a team that's as good as West is this year, when you fought, and then all of a sudden in overtime you give up a goal, you could put your head down. But they didn't do that tonight.
Yeah, well, with just about 6 minutes left in that first overtime, Chris Munoz ties it back up, so you have to feel good about that. And then in the second overtime, how about T.J. Carter and that goal, man? That was nice.
I love that for T.J. because he does so much for our team. It doesn't matter what we need. If we ask him to do it, he does it no problem. He's a great defender. We've played him in the midfield some, and he's done fantastic. So for him to get a goal like that in a game like this, he's definitely deserving.
Yeah, gets the game winner.
Yeah.
This was a very chippy affair out here, man. There was lots of cards handed out. Besides your red card, Munoz had a yellow card earlier, then he gets a red card because he got called for his second foul. So you guys are going to lose him in the game Tuesday against Melville. So that's got to be kind of a tough pill to swallow.
It is, because we're already down players. We've got a lot of guys that are hurt. I think for this game we had about 5 guys that were not able to play or were giving us very limited minutes because of their injuries. So, not that we want to miss Chris, but if he has to take a day off to rest up, we're going to be okay. And if we get some guys back that have been hurt, that have really contributed early for us, I think we're going to be going in kind of on a roll in the end of the season.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the visit, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
All right. That is Jeff Hayes, the assistant coach to Coach Loogie on the varsity side and the head coach of the JV team. Both teams winners here tonight against Belleville West. That's going to do it for us. Big thank you to Coach Rob Loogie joining me in the pregame show, and another one to Jeff Hayes joining me in the postgame show. And, of course, Brett Borm doing all kinds of double duties here tonight. He had to do some play-by-play while I didn't even know if we were still on the air. And we appreciate those of you sticking around and hanging with us. I know that was tough to watch while we were on the Huddle TV side of things, but we managed to get everything switched over to YouTube right before overtime started, and that was the probably fun part about the game was those 2 overtime periods. So my name is Todd Duke. We're back at you tomorrow, weather permitting. We got the remnants of a hurricane moving in, and we're supposed to be at Granite City tomorrow for week number 5 of the high school football season. Pregame comes your way at 6:30. Kickoff hopefully comes your way at 7 o'clock. And until tomorrow night, my name is Todd Duke. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday.